Hi, this is Phil, and this is Filling in the Blanks. Today we're talking about monitoring your battery usage within your RV camper trailer. Like me, you've probably been at a campsite or boondocking and you have either run low or run out of power. You thought you had enough power to do the trip, but you just don't. Your fridge stops working, your furnace stopped working, your lights are running dim, and you just don't understand why. What is consuming your power? So this video is going to help you understand how to properly monitor and understand what the usage is in your trailer. First, we're going to start with a demonstration, one that's going to show you that your trailer might be lying to you. You may think that you have your power consumption monitoring under control because your trailer came with a voltmeter. Reality is that voltmeter might be lying to you. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how mine operates, which is likely the same as many others that are on the market. As part of the demonstration, I've turned on the LED lights that are in this trailer. And as you can see, my controller here, this is a very common one that are in trailers, is showing that my battery is charged. We have charged, good, fair, and low. Well, that's fairly broad, but let's go with that. And the other thing that has come with the trailer is the voltmeter. Right now, it is telling me that I have 13 volts. What we're going to do is go and look at the battery itself. And let's see what voltage is sitting at the battery in comparison to this voltmeter. So in my trailer, I have two lithium iron phosphate batteries. We'll get to that in a different video. But for the purpose of this video, I'm simply running off of 12 volt battery power. With the meter connected straight to the batteries, I'm currently getting 13.78 volts. That's a far difference. We'll just walk one shot here right back into the trailer. That is a far difference than the 13 volts that is showing on the inside. So if we look at a battery voltage chart, charts exist for every type of battery style that you have. Again, in my case, I have lithium iron phosphate batteries. So there's a separate chart for that versus lead acid batteries that you might have. What's sitting at the battery right now is showing fully charged, according to the chart. What is showing the 13 volts inside, as far as a lithium iron phosphate battery is concerned, I'm at 50% charge. This is clearly lying to me. Now, I'll show you why and how we can go about resolving this issue. So once again, we're sitting, actually it just dropped to 12.9 volts. So 12.9 volts. Let's start turning off some of these lights. So I'll move around. I'll turn off two of them. Again, these are LED light bulbs. They don't take much power. I'm up to 13.1 volts. Let's turn these guys off. 13 point, oh, we're up to 4 now. So why is this happening? So in that quick demonstration, you had seen that turning off the lights in the main living space of the trailer brought up the voltage. So the reason for this is that voltage meter is on the same circuit, the same wiring that the LED lights are on. To top it off, the wires that the wire size that is being used is extremely small, probably around 20 gauge or so. So the longer distance that you travel with wire, you'll have voltage drop. And that's what's happening. We see one voltage sitting at the batteries. It's saying that it's fully charged. Batteries are happy. But you turn on a few lights and on the inside, on that same circuit, the voltage has significantly dropped. So the reason for this is, again, small wiring, long runs. It's giving you inaccurate readings. So if you show up to a campsite, you run for a couple hours, turn on a couple lights, and you look at your voltage, and you suddenly realize that you're sitting at 50% power, you're not going to be happy and you're not going to know what to do. Reality is, in my case, it's lying to me. It's probably lying to you too. So how do we go about resolving this? The answer is a battery monitoring system. This one is made by Renogy and was very easy to install. So if we look at the bottom left corner, this is telling me I have 13.6 volts. Now, if I move over to the other voltage meter that came with the trailer, 13.3 volts. Again, a significant difference. Why is that so? This meter is monitoring two different things. One is voltage, and that's what we're talking about at the moment. And the other is amp hours, and how much power is going to the battery and from the battery. So it is a reliable way of monitoring the power within your trailer. To go over what we see on the screen here, it is showing that I have 197 amp hours left in my battery. If you notice the down arrow is right to the right of 197, that is telling me that I'm drawing power from my battery. So in this case, I have 13.6 volts left. I'm drawing 1.5 amps at 12.65, about there, 12.5 watts. Overall, from a percentage, and this is what makes things easy for most people, is a quick glance at this tells me I have 99% power left in my batteries. And this is an accurate measurement of my batteries. There is some calibration and such you have to do to get this to be fairly accurate, but this is a very quick and accurate way of seeing how much power you actually have left and have left to work with. If I continue at this rate, drawing 1.5 amps, 20 watts, then I'm sitting at basically 100 hours of battery use or life that I have sitting there. Right now, I have my charge controllers for my solar turned off, so that this is an accurate, if you're in trees, you have no input coming to the batteries, nothing helping you out. This is how much I would have left. So let's continue the demonstration here with turning on some items so you can see how this changes and how you can monitor your battery usage. So again, if we're sitting here at 99%, I'm currently drawing 21 watts. Again, that's a number we want to watch, is 21 watts on the bottom right corner. Let's turn on a few more lights and see where this changes to. Let's go back. So we were at 21. So turning on a few more lights here has jumped us up to 38 watts. And you can see how the time has decreased with that as well. Now we're sitting down to 78 hours of usage. This is going to bounce around for a little bit until it figures out exactly what we're using. Let's throw on the furnace. This one's going to have a much larger draw. And we come in. Again, now we're sitting at 65 watts. So this is a fantastic way to monitor each and every move that you do in this trailer. And you can see and demonstrate how each light affects your battery usage and how much power you're going to have left so you can plan out your multi-day trip appropriately. Battery monitoring systems are made by several different companies. Mine here is made by Renogy. This is not a sponsored video. I had purchased mine just over a year ago, and it really helped me understand what my power usage was and what was drawing power within my trailer. What it really helps out with is when you're on a multi-day trip and you're a couple of days in, how much power do I have left? Do I have to conserve or not? Can I turn on those extra lights and be comfortable within the trailer, or do I only need to turn on one because I need to stretch my power out for another couple of days? So they're really invaluable in that. A voltage meter is not precise enough to tell you how much power you have left. It's more than a guesstimate, but it's certainly not very accurate in telling you how much you have left. All of the battery monitoring systems work off the same principles. You have to install a shunt on the negative side of your battery. So a shunt is basically a little device. It's a couple inches long, and you remove the negative wire from your battery. You connect it to one side of the shunt, and then you install another wire between the other side of the shunt and your battery. It just goes in between your battery and the rest of your system. It's the last thing to reach your battery. Again, it's on the negative side. There's a small positive wire that goes to power the system. Again, you just nice and easy to install that. And that really takes care of everything as far as the monitoring is concerned. Then you have the display that I have installed on my wall that I've been showing you. There is a wire that goes from your shunt up to that display. In my case, I put it in an area of the trailer that was near where my shunt was. So all I had to do was fish a wire straight up the wall from where my shunt was, and that was it. So it was a very nice, easy install for me. The whole system probably took me under an hour to install. And again, from a risk standpoint, are you going to damage anything? No, it's all on the negative side of the battery. You're not getting into fuse boxes or anything like that. It's all very easy and accessible work to be done. So the last part to this is configuring your battery monitoring unit. And there's a couple elements that you have to do. So again, I don't think anything is really 100% accurate because batteries do degrade. So there's a couple of calibration steps that you do have to do. And again, this will bring you to a very good point within your trailer for monitoring your power, but you do have to complete these steps. First of all, you need to know how much capacity you should have in your batteries. And you can do one of two ways. You can, in this case here, I have two new batteries. I know that my capacity is 200 amp hours, so I can simply set the battery monitoring system to be 200 amps as being fully charged, and from that point, it's going to consider that full. The other method, which is more accurate, is to drain your batteries completely and charge them up fully well on the battery monitor. When they're fully charged, you can set it and tell it that this is now at a fully charged state, and that could be 203 amp hours. Or in a degrading scenario, which is every year that goes by, your batteries are going to have less and less capacity to them. It could be 195 amps, 190 amps. So that is the more accurate way of determining how much full power you have, and then it monitors from there. It's the job of that shunt is to watch how much power is coming in and going out of your battery. So it's going to start deducting from that and basically simply doing the math and telling you have 150 amp hours left, and what does that equate to in a percentage, and tells you in easy terms what that means to you. Again, nice and easy system to install. What I've also mentioned is power going into the battery. That's an important factor. In a lot of people's cases now, you have solar panels that are sitting on the roof. So for this video, I had turned off my solar charge controller. This is also going to tell you how much power is going into your batteries. So if you have nothing that's turned on in your trailer, and you have 100 watts that's coming in from your panels, it's going to show you that 100 watts is going into your batteries, and it's going to monitor that and tell you, again, it's you're going from 96% left, now you have 97, 98. So again, it's a very accurate way. And it's also going to tell you the difference. So if you have 100 watts going in from solar, but your fridge is turned on and you're using 65, 70 watts off of that, that's what mine uses. So it's going to tell you that you have the remaining 30, 35 watts going into the battery. So that's really nice to know during the daytime. Is my solar panel actually being effective for the load that I have? In that case, yes, it's powering your whole system with the fridge turned on and everything. You're being taken care of by solar, and you have surplus power going back into your batteries. So again, it's a really nice way of keeping an eye on that. Or if you don't care about all those details, that big number of just telling you have 86% battery left is key. That's the number that you're going to pay attention to. So as a quick wrap up, I've been able to show you how the systems that come with your trailer might be inaccurate, and it's not telling you the full story of what's going on for power in your trailer. And especially on a multi-day trip when you're boondocking or at a campsite that doesn't have power and you're relying on your 12-volt system, you need to monitor that fairly accurately so you can start conserving when you need to, or just don't worry about it because you have plenty of power to go. Here is again a system that I utilize. Again, a lot of people utilize it. There's more than one brand that offers these, but the specific model that I'm using, I've linked to in the description. And hopefully this has helped you understand what a path forward might be and how to accurately measure, monitor, and conserve, if needed, your power for your trailer when you're camping. So if you enjoyed this content, if this has helped you out, please like and subscribing really helps me out of achieving my goals here. And hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much.